Welcome to the Audi Garage. In this episode of the B627 project, we're going to drop the engine back in, so stay tuned. So I have the engine and trans hooked up to the crane at the back of the shop. I got the car pulled in, so the first thing we need to do is drill out those lower sway bar mounts for the new 034 mounts to accept the new 10mm hardware. One thing I do recommend to make the installation of the slave cylinder a little bit easier is to take the old bolt and wire wheel all the grime off it and also run a tap through the mount on the transmission. This means it'll be way easier to thread that bolt in as you're muscling the slave cylinder into a compressed state to match up the bolt holes. So I've got the engine sitting in the bay. I bolted up the clutch slave cylinder, routed the heater hoses, and started plugging in the harness. So to finish it off, I need to double check all my connections for fuel lines, any other connectors, the power steering line in the back, and then plug in the ECU. Then I'll add the intercoolers, then I'll set up the MAF, add some oil, and we'll start it up to make sure everything's running and there's no leaks. Once I have that verified, I'll go ahead and start putting in the trans mount, buttoning up the shifter, doing all of the axles, etc. In the car, everything's bolted up that needs to run. I have unplugged the fuel pump though because we're going to prime the turbos with oil. I'll do about 4 starts of about 7 seconds or so for about 30 seconds of total running time, and that should get enough oil moving to run through the turbos. This is really important when installing turbos. You always want to have oil in the center sections before actually running the car. So once I've done that, I'm going to plug back in the fuel pump, and then we'll start the car and hopefully it runs fine and there's no leaks. So the first time I tried to start it, nothing happened. I remembered right away there's a ground right underneath the frame now that needs to be connected, and I had connected that, so I connected that up. but now it's cranking really slow. I have had the battery on charge for a long time, but it looks like I'm going to have to grab the booster pack and hook it up. So now we'll take a quick look around to make sure nothing's apparently wrong or leaking. So I just checked the oil. It's obviously went down a little bit since it's circulated through. That's a good sign that the pump was sucking up the oil. So there definitely should be oil in the turbos now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up a little bit more. Not going to overfill it, but just fill it up maybe 3/4 of the way up the hatch line. And then we should be ready to start it. So I'll plug back in the fuel pump after I've done that, and we'll see if she starts. All right, go for it. Well, as you can see, we had a successful engine start. The only issue that's popped up so far is that the hoses to the power steering cooler are leaking a little bit. So I'll have to trim those up or add a little piece of extension hose onto that to solve that leak. But otherwise, everything looks good so far. Obviously, we're still going to have to bolt up the whole front end and fill the system with coolant, but I'm pretty confident that it should be good to go. For now, this will probably be the last video for a while. I'll make sure to put out new videos when we wire in the fan control module as well as put the AC system on, and show how to correctly do that for a 2.7 swap into a V6. I want to thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and comment down below. And make sure to check out the links in the description to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and check out our website for updates in between videos. Don't forget to subscribe so you're notified when the next video comes out. See you guys soon.